Hey you guys, it's your girl T and it's time for another recap of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, aka The Bold and the Ratchet. So let's go ahead and get this recap started. So in the opening scene we have April and Omarion. April's getting ready for the birth of her child. The midwife is there. She's bent over. She's breathing. She's getting really nervous because the baby's right around the corner. And so her and Omarion start talking about what they're going to do with the baby's penis. She's like, you know what, I want my son to be circumcised. It's just the normal thing to do. And she also then tells Omarion that she also wants him to be circumcised. So I'm sitting there like, the hell? Are we supposed to be listening to all this? I'm like, Omarion still has his turtleneck? This is just way too much damn information. But after April was talking to Omarion about getting his little turtleneck snipped off, I'm sitting here like, first of all, that's way too much information. I didn't need to know that Omarion was uncircumcised. But then the second thought that creeped in my mind was, who the hell's penis is that floating all over Twitter? Because we all know, and it's not just me, so don't sit here and judge me like I'm the only one who looked at the damn picture, okay? I know all y'all done seen that damn picture of Omarion. He's sitting in the bathroom, he's butt naked, and he's holding his schlong in his hand, and that schlong was circumcised. So my thing is this, if Omarion is not circumcised, who the hell done Photoshop Omarion's My thing is this, if Omarion is not circumcised, then who the hell done Photoshop Omarion's head and body onto somebody else's penis? Yeah, I couldn't make this shit up if y'all paid me. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is ratchet as hell. Omarion and April, some things need to be said off camera. You know, April's like, you're just too big. It's hard for you to get it in. It's just too much extra meat. And I'm sitting here like, are these people really serious right now? I can't with Omarion and April. They're my favorite couple on the show. They're so funny and down to earth. And for him to admit that he still has his turtleneck and that he's willing to cut it off because he's going to cut off his son's turtleneck, which is way too funny. I can't with this entire situation. Moving on to the next scene. Okay, I have my composure back, okay? So the next thing we had Teairra and Young Berg. And Teairra's back in the studio. She's saying that, you know what, even though Sincere was an asshole and she had to punch him in his face, basically she is going to take some of what he said, some of his criticism of her, and take that to heart and make the changes that she needs to make changes to. So she said that she's working on her body, trying to get her body on point, and that she's back in the studio. She's working on her vocal lessons, getting them warmed up. And she's singing this really nice song. I was really feeling the song. Young Berg is the one producing the song, and the whole time, you know, Young Berg is like really throwing shots at Teairra. He's acting like he wants to get with her. He's talking about they have all this crazy chemistry. He keeps touching her leg, and Teairra's like, you know what, you need to be more professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get with you like that. Young Berg needs to be called Young Creep, because his ass is just creepy as hell. He doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself, nor does he know how to keep his damn penis in his pants. You know what I'm saying? He's ready to fuck anything that moves. Moving on to the next scene. So in the next scene, we have super turned up Ray J. Ray J is angry. He's on the warpath and he's looking for Yessie. He goes up to Power 106 to go confront her about planting seeds in Morgan's head. He said before Yessie came in the picture, Morgan was his ride or die chick. She was handling his business, but now Yessie done got, you know, her head all gassed up and that he had to fire her. So he goes up in there looking for her. They're like, Ray J, you need to wait. We can go contact her. He's like, fuck that. I'm Ray J. I don't need you to contact nothing. I'm about to go straight up there. So he goes to her office and he starts flipping out on her. He's like, I need to talk to you. It's because of you Morgan got fired. I'm tired of your shit. All you do is bring negativity around. And Yessie's like, what are you talking about? You're mad at me because I told Morgan to look out for herself, to start looking out for her career. How you gonna get mad at me for trying to look out for her best interest? And Ray J's like, no, you need to play your position and stay out of our business. Yessie tells Ray J, you know what, you need to leave. You're becoming very disrespectful. And Ray J's like, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm not disrespectful. If I was disrespectful, I'd be up in your face. The only thing you need to do is start spinning my records. Why don't you play my music? I gave you my music 2 weeks ago and you still ain't played my shit. And Yessie's like, I didn't play it because it's whack. I'm not feeling it. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna play it. So now Ray J gets pissed off. He gets in Yessie's face. He starts, you know, pointing his finger in her face and he's going like this. He's like, my finger's in your face. What you gonna do? And she's like, security! And I'm cracking up. I'm like, this scene is so scripted. It's so stupid. He's like, you know what? Fuck you, Yessie. fuck Power 106. And he just goes on this tirade. Security comes and grabs Ray J. Ray J starts trying to fight security. They haul his ass off. And he's like, you know what? I know I'm turned up right now. I know folks have never seen this side of Ray J, but this is what you call the super turned up Ray J. And I'm sitting here looking at the screen like, you know what, Ray J? I'm gonna need your little ass to have several fucking seats, okay? Because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna remember you as super turned up Ray J. We're all gonna know you as what you are, which is Brandy's little brother. Moving on to the next scene. So in the next scene, Hazel E is in the studio and she invites Masika to come down. And Hazel E done made a whole song, a whole ode to Young Berg about how much she's in love with him and how she wants him back. And Masika's looking at her like, bitch, you are so delusional. This dude done dissed you not once, but several times. And you don't have the nerve to take his beat and write a rap song, a love song to him. And he's not even claiming you as his girl. So Masika's just looking at her like she's stupid. So Hazel E comes out the booth and she starts talking to Masika. And she's like, you know what, I think Young Berg is going to like this song. I think I'm going to be able to change his mind. You know, he's going to start working with Teairra Marie once he hears this song and just want to totally focus on me. And Masika's looking at her like, bitch, okay, if you say so. Then she tells Hazel E that basically she got invited to work at this strip club, to be the face of the strip club, and that she's going to be on a bunch of billboards across Las Vegas and Los Angeles, and that Nikki's family owns these strip clubs, and Masika has been chosen to be the spokeswoman of the club, and that she can't wait to see Nikki's face when she sees all these billboards showing her picture. Moving on to the next scene. On the next scene, we have Nag and Nia. Nag and Nia decides to take us to the dance studio to meet her 4 sisters. It's like, who knew she had 4 sisters? So she's there. None of these sisters look anything alike, so you can tell they all got different mamas. And what's crazy is that not only do they all have different mothers, they're all very close in age. So you can tell they're all between 1 to 2 years apart. But anyways, they're all talking about how, you know, they don't understand why Nia has never brought Dre around them. How come they've never met him? And Nia's like, well, you know what? We've been so off and on. I just didn't feel comfortable introducing him to the whole family. But now me and my daughter are going to move in with him. And I just feel like he's the one. Only one sister has met Dre, and I feel like the sister that has met Dre is the sister that must have the same mom and the same father with Nia, because her and that sister look alike, but the other 3 didn't look anything like them. So it seems like she's closer to that sister because they were raised in the same household, whereas these other sisters were raised by different women. So anyways, she's saying that she wants to, you know, she wants them to meet Dre, who's Soulja Boy, and they're saying, well, you know what, we're willing to meet him, but you know that our dad needs to meet him as well. You know, our dad needs to know what he's about. He needs to get clearance from our dad before anything. So Nia's like, you know what, I wasn't planning on introducing him to dad, but you guys are right. I'm going to have to set something up so Soulja Boy can meet dad. So that way you guys can get the stamp of approval to come meet him. So the sisters agree to set up a meeting between Soulja Boy, Nia, and her father, who is Teddy Riley. Moving on to the next scene. So in the next scene, we see Ray J. He's outside of the police station. He's waiting for his manager, Cash, to come pick him up. And basically, Ray J's upset because he's all over the news. He's being blasted by all the blogs, the news media. They're saying that he assaulted a female. He kicked out the police car. He just wilded out. So Cash comes to pick him up, and he's like, you know, Ray J, what's going on with you? I don't understand, you know what I'm saying, why you're so turned up, why you're so angry, you know, why you acting up, why you messing up your brand. And Ray J said that he feels bad. He didn't want to mess up anything with his brand. He doesn't want to affect Brandy or his family, but he just feels like he was just being really, really disrespected by the police. And he just decided to kick out the cop car window. And I'm sitting here looking like Ray J has some serious issues, and Cash is telling Ray J that he feels like, you know what, Ray J, you drink way too much. There's more going on with you. You need to get this in order. Ray J swears up and down it's not the liquor. It's folks who are fucking with him when he's drunk. If folks would just leave him alone, let him just drink his liquor in peace, everything would be a lot better. But it's clearly obvious that Ray J has a drinking problem, and he does not know how to handle his liquor, and he's just doing way too much. He's getting way too turned up at such an old age. You get turned up and you act crazy when you're younger. When you get older, you're supposed to be more calm, able to handle yourself as an adult. But Ray J's just doing too much. I feel like he's regressing back into his childhood. Moving on to the next scene. So in the next scene, we have Soulja Boy and Nia. And Nia's telling Soulja Boy that she really wants her to meet her father. Her father is Teddy Riley. So Soulja Boy's like, you know what, I'm kind of nervous, but I'm ready to meet your dad. I'm ready to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I just want us to be on one page. And I can't believe it's been 8 years. And Nia's like, yeah, you know, we were together 8 years off and on. And Soulja Boy's like, well, how come it's been off and on? How come you haven't introduced me to him sooner? And Nia's like, well, that's because you cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? You were out here doing your thing with groupies and whatever else. And Soulja Boy's like, yeah, you're right. I made a few mistakes, but I just settled down. I wanted to move you and Cam into my house. And, Nia's all boosted. And so then Nia drops a bombshell on Soulja Boy and is like, you know what? I understand what goes on the road. I understand what happens. I've been on the road with my father. I've seen him get with other women and cheat on my mother. And Soulja Boy's like, you know what? That's just part of the game. But I'm trying to be faithful to you now. I'm trying to be with you. I'm trying to be a father to your child. I want us to be a family. So Nia's like, you know what? That's cool. That's what I want to hear. That's what my dad needs to hear because he has 10 kids. So then when Soulja Boy hears that, Soulja Boy had me cracking up. This fool damn near fell out his chair. He's laughing so hard. He's like, what? I can't believe dude got 10 kids by 10 different women. Damn, he wasn't just producing music. He was also on the road producing babies. So Soulja Boy is cracking up. And you can tell that Nia's obviously uncomfortable by this because she feels like, well, damn, you wasn't supposed to get all happy. Like, he's supposed to be okay with you cheating or you doing your thing on the road because he was. You're supposed to take the whole situation serious. What I find funny is that these fools have been supposedly together for 8 years off and on, but Soulja Boy has never met her father or her family, and this is the first time that Soulja Boy is hearing that Teddy Riley has 10 kids. Something ain't right with this entire love story. Moving on to the next scene. So in the next scene, we have Leslie and April. So April decides to invite Leslie over so Leslie can apologize to her for disrespecting her at the baby shower. So of course, Leslie comes over and she kind of has an attitude. And she's like, well, I don't see what I did wrong. I was just speaking my mind. I was just speaking my piece. And April's like, no, you were being very disrespectful. You're basically saying that I'm an unfit mother and that I'm not ready to be a parent. And Leslie's like, no, that's not what I was saying. I would never disrespect you like that because you are, my son's first baby mama. And I'm like, first baby mamas? It's almost like Leslie was implying that there's going to be other baby mamas in the future. That's kind of sad that she tried to throw a little bit of shade right there. But she was saying that what she was saying is that she felt like April wasn't ready, and that she was trying to give her advice to get her ready. She wasn't saying she was going to be an unfit parent. She just feels like April doesn't realize how much she's in store for and that she wants April to wake up and realize that. And April's letting her know that I understand what I'm in store for. I understand, what's going on. I know, I don't know everything about parenting, but that's how you learn. You learn as you grow, and I would love for you to be a grandparent and to be there. So Leslie ends up apologizing. April starts crying. It's a really, really touching scene. What's funny is that April and Leslie look so much alike. Like Leslie almost looks like she has some Asian in her. And it's also funny how all three of them have their nose pierced. And they all wear little hoops in their noses. So I don't know if that's planned. It's like for people to have so much conflict with each other, all y'all sure enough look alike. So the whole situation was funny, but it was really good to see April and Leslie, talk things out after their initial cattiness, let it go, and then hug and come together for the sake of the grandbaby. Moving on to the next scene. So in the next scene, after 8 short years, Nia decides to invite her father, Teddy Riley, to come meet up with her and Soulja Boy. And Teddy Riley gets out his damn Bentley, and his ass was looking good as hell. I was not expecting Teddy Riley to look this damn fine. So he comes to the table, he sits down, he introduces himself to Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is nervous as hell. He's giggling like a little schoolgirl, and then finally he tells Nia, you know what, Nia, you need to go on ahead and leave. I need to talk to him man to man. Then they end up talking, and Teddy's like, why do you want to be involved with my daughter? Why do you want to be in her life? I'm hearing that you guys have been together off and on for 8 years, but I've never met you before. And Soulja Boy admits that the reason why Nia hasn't introduced them is because he had cheated on Nia. So you can tell that that's kind of rubbing Teddy the wrong way. And Teddy's like, well, you know what? I need you to be faithful to my daughter. I need you to be there for my daughter, be there for my grandchild, because they're the most 2 important women to me in the world. Now, what I find funny is that whenever men are out here doing their thing, it's cool for them to be disrespectful to their main chick and cheat on them. This man has 10 kids by 10 different people. He wants Soulja Boy to step up and be a father to a child that's not even his, but yet and still, how are you able to be everywhere at once? Because taking care of a child is not just sending home money. It's also being there physically. It's also being there emotionally. And there's no way that one man can be there for 10 different children who are living in 10 different households. So I always find it funny when guys want to get on this preachy shit after they done got done with their whole shit. You know what I'm saying? When he was out here banging and cheating on girls and having sex with multiple women and having kids with them, he wasn't thinking about these women's feelings. But now all of a sudden, Soulja Boy better not cheat on his daughter no more. Soulja Boy better step up and take care of his grandchild. I just find the whole situation just kind of hypocritical. But like I said, he is fine. I bet you anything, baby number 11 will be here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving on to the next scene. Next scene we had Teairra Marie, and she had met with Ray J's manager Cash, and Cash had encouraged her to reach out to Ray J herself. So she decides to go pay Ray J a visit at the studio. So she's walking up, she sees Ray J's little car out there, and it's nice and it's clean. And she's looking at the car like, damn, I remember when that was me riding around in the passenger side. So she ends up walking to the studio, and Ray J's kind of surprised to see her there, but he's in his little, passive aggressive mood. He's feeling some type of way. And Teairra Marie's saying, you know what, I just came here to show you support. I came here to be in your corner. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm just, I'm very, very concerned. And Ray J's like, you know what, you don't have to worry about me. I'm gonna be all right either way. It doesn't matter. I'm going through my thing. And Teairra Marie honestly came there to apologize, and she apologized for how she showed out at his party, but she also feels like Ray J also owes her an apology as well, because Ray J has disrespected her time and time again. And Ray J's like, I don't owe you shit. I'm saying? Who are you? And then Teairra's like, why are you coming at me like that? Like, I came at you really, really respectfully. I came in here to show you concern, and you just dissed me to my face. And Ray J's like, you know what? I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't together like that. And Teairra Marie's like, are you serious? We was together on and off for 8 years. What do you mean? And Ray J basically told her that she was just a fuck. All he was doing was just basically fucking on the side, and that she was never his main chick. And you could just see it in Teairra's face that she's just heartbroken by his words. Ray J is so dirty for how he's doing this girl. Regardless of the situation, he needs to grow up and let bygones be bygones. Teairra Marie reached out to him. She decided to put aside the bullshit, and in return, all he's done is disrespect her, go off on her, and talk to her real, real greasy. So Teairra Marie gets really, really upset. She's like, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm never going to reach out to you again. It's over. So she packs up her stuff and she walks out the studio. Moving on to the next scene. So in the last and final scene, we have our girl, Miss Hazel E., who is determined to continuously embarrass herself on national television. So she's inside this truck with Young Berg. She invites Young Berg to get into her truck so that way they can listen to the music. So Young Berg is there, and they're listening to the music, and Young Berg is listening to this shit like, hold up, you took my beat and you made me a love song? And Hazel's like, what, you don't like it? He's like, fuck nah, you not my girl. You was never my girl. You was just my side piece. We was just fucking. Why are you trying to turn this into more than what it is? So now Hazel E is salty as hell because she thought that Young Berg was going to be boosted, was going to want her back, was going to want to work with her. Young Berg is like, you know what, you're doing way too much right now. You had no business making a song about me and you. We were never in a relationship. I'm not your girlfriend. Leave me the hell alone. And Hazel's like, you know what, you got me fucked up. Who do you think you are? I get my peoples in LA to whoop your ass. Fuck you, Young Berg. You're not all that. And then Young Berg is like, you know what, bitch, fuck you. You look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm fucking way better quality pussy than yours. So why would I even waste my time being with you? And when he said that, I was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that shit had to hurt. Hazel gets pissed off and she starts swinging on Young Berg. She starts hitting him. He jumps out the car looking like a fucking 15-year-old with his pants damn near hanging on his thighs. You can see all his ass, his underwear. It was just disgusting. So he gets out the car. He grabs her purse. He starts dumping out the contents of her purse all over the street. Hazel gets mad. You know what I'm saying? She's cussing him out. He's like, fuck you, bitch. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? You a stalker. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. All you was just a jump off. He's just going off on her, just totally disrespecting her. So then he ends up walking off, and Hazel E is left to not only pick up her face off the damn ground, but to pick up her makeup, her wallet, and everything else. That whole situation was just a mess. But I love how when they switched to Hazel E's confessional, she's like, I can't believe my nigga. I can't believe my nigga try to play me like that. I can't believe my nigga. Bitch, he's not your nigga. He's not your nigga. He's not your boo. He's not your boyfriend. He's not your baby daddy. He's not your husband. Young Berg is nothing to you. It's like, how the hell is this girl still delusional? She's still in her confessional yelling out about how her nigga did her some type of way when they was never together. It was all about sex. It's like, what is wrong with this chick? Young Berg is just so damn disrespectful. I don't understand what any of these women see in this dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're acting like his ass is Diddy. Like he's just like, you know, like the only producer in the game. It's like, are y'all fucking for real? Y'all fucking him for tracks and, you know, fucking him for beats. I mean, this shit makes no sense whatsoever. And for this chick to be so delusional that she allows Young Berg to disrespect her time and time again, it says a lot about Hazel E and what she thinks about her self-worth. I mean, this whole situation was just really damn ridiculous. So anyways, that was my recap for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, aka The Bold and the Ratchet, is off the chain. It's getting crazier and crazier as the weeks go on. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your favorite part. And if you're not following me, make sure you follow me. I am at Lovely T on Twitter, and I'm at Lovely T 2002 on Instagram. All right, deuces.